India is creeping closer to a general election next year at a time that the mainstream news media there are growing more and more toxic. That assessment comes from one of the country's most prominent journalists, Ravish Kumar. And Kumar would know. He spent nearly 30 years in the studios of NDTV, a national news channel that stuck to a centrist line, while other channels were veering to the right, either willingly or under pressure from the government of Narendra Modi and his party, the BJP. Here at The Listening Post, we have documented that shift. TV hosts getting louder, more sycophantic, more anti-Muslim by the day, effectively proving Ravish Kumar's point. Kumar is the subject of a new documentary about the state of India's media. It's called While We Watched. It chronicles his last years at NDTV just before a controlling stake at the channel was bought by a Modi-aligned businessman. For Kumar, that takeover was the last straw. He quit the channel. Joins us now. Ravish, you do your work in Hindi. You're also good in English. We've agreed we're going to go back and forth between those languages as you see fit. Let me start here. Last year, that businessman, Govt, bought a controlling stake in the network you were working at, NDTV. You make a decision to go out the door, that you can no longer work there under these conditions. Given what you've seen on that channel since then, did you make the right call?
Thanks, Richard, for having me here, and thanks for having a show like The Listening Post, where you analyze media from across the globe. My decision to leave NDTV was not based on guts only. मैं जानता था कि कौन आदमी आ रहा है और कौन आदमी जा रहा है. जो पत्रकारिता या जितनी भी पत्रकारिता हम कर सके जब NDTV डॉक्टर रॉय के पास था, और हम लोगों ने बहुत लिमिटेड रिसोर्स से, बहुत तरह के चैलेंजेस से जो हम कर पाए, जो आ रहा था उसके पास मुझे पता था कि पैसा तो बहुत है, मगर वो सवाल पूछने की हिम्मत नहीं कर सकता है. लेकिन अगर आप कंटेंट उनका देखें तो उससे बहुत साफ हो जाता है कि ये मीडिया दो मास्टर को सर्व करने के लिए आया है. एक मास्टर जो उसको ओन करता है, और एक मास्टर जो पॉलिटिकल मास्टर हैं एक तरह से. बाद में कई एंकरों ने उसे छोड़ा भी. तो मुझे कोई शक नहीं था कि ये कौन है, हु इज़ ही. धरती पे जितने भी न्यूज़ चैनल है वो खरीद सकते हैं, पर मोदी सरकार से सवाल नहीं पूछ सकते हैं.
For people who are unfamiliar with the Indian media space, characters like Arnab Goswami, we've seen him get into an argument with a student leader, declare, as though he's issuing a certificate of some kind, that this guy is an anti-national.
Someone's going to call your bluff, and we are calling your bluff tonight. Someone's going to name you as anti-national, and I am naming you as anti-national tonight.
Shortly thereafter, someone takes a shot at that student leader.
Yeah.
Who gave these anchor people the power, whether it's real or imagined in their heads, to do this kind of thing? Who invested them with that power?
इससे मैं भारत में फर्जी डिग्री बांटने वाले बहुत इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं. सो न्यूज़ चैनल में भी फर्जी सर्टिफिकेट बांटने वाले एंकर आ गए. एंड दिस एंकर, पर्टिकुलर एंकर यू आस्क अबाउट, उसको भी याद नहीं होगा कि कितने लोगों को एंटी नेशनल बोला है, कितने लोगों को गद्दार ट्रेटर बोला है, कितने लोगों को आतंकवादी बोला है. सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बहुत सारे ऑर्डर हैं जिसमें इस तरह के मीडिया को क्रिटिसाइज़ किया है कोर्ट ने कि वो कम्युनलाइज कर रहा है, वो हेट को स्प्रेड कर रहा है. लेकिन आप जब भी रिचर्ड क्वेश्चन करेंगे इस इंडियन मीडिया को, वो आके कहेगा कि आपने इंडिया को क्रिटिसाइज़ कर दिया. जब 2014 आया, उसके बाद जिस तरह से सैकड़ों न्यूज़ चैनल ने दिन रात कम्युनल एजेंडा समाज में फैलाना शुरू किया, तो जो कॉमन मासेस था वो बहुत इनोसेंट था. वो 2014 के पहले मीडिया को जिस लेगेसी से देख रहा था, जिस ट्रस्ट से देख रहा था, 2014 के बाद उसी ट्रस्ट से देख रहा था, और वो उसके ट्रैप में फंस गया और विश्वास करने लगा कि एक धर्म के लोग हमारे लिए ख़तरा हैं. तो ये काम सरकार अपनी ज़बान से नहीं बोल सकती थी, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लिमिटेशंस हैं. तो जो काम सरकार ऑफिशियली नहीं कर सकती थी, वो काम न्यूज़ चैनल करने लगे, और वो प्रोवोक करने लगे लोगों को.
So what you're saying is, in a way, the news media are saying the government's quiet part out loud.
Yeah. So वो एक तरह से सरोगेट पेरेंट्स कोई और है और ओनर कोई और है उसका.
Members of the Prime Minister's party, the BJP, and those who support the party take issue with your journalism. They say that everything's bad in your eyes, that you ignore any stories of progress or positivity in India. Is there any legitimacy to that criticism? Are you guilty of being hyper-focused on
No,
the
I'm
negative?
not guilty. This is a false narrative. And this, they apply this narrative against anyone, not only me. My job is to ask question, especially when Prime Minister goes and invites some film star to give a scripted kind of interview.
मतलब आपको नींद आती नहीं है 3.5-4 घंटे के बाद?
नहीं.
If you wanted to say that you have done so much, you should not have invited Akshay Kumar. You should have invited Ravish Kumar. Then my questions would have given you a chance to say that you have done so much for this country.
You're now doing your thing on YouTube. You're no longer with the mainstream media.
Yeah.
You're going to do okay.
नमस्कार, मैं रविश कुमार.
But when voices like yours are basically taking refuge online, when that stuff ends up on YouTube or social media, is it ever going to reach enough people? Or will you always be dwarfed by hundreds of news channels?
ये 100 न्यूज़ चैनल, 200 न्यूज़ चैनल, जो 400 न्यूज़ चैनल हैं, जितने बड़े बैंड, मासेस के बैंड को पहुंचते हैं, आप YouTube से वहां तक नहीं पहुंच सकते हैं. Also, there is a huge gap of resource. We do not have resources. I do not have reporters to send them in the field and get things verified. So I am relied on secondary sources, but I know that this is not enough. And in compared to this scale of media.
So is that almost like a declaration of defeat?
No,
Is
never.
it a form of surrender?
No, this is not a declaration of defeat, but I have to say what is the real situation. And if I have declared defeat, I would not have been working and putting a video every day, every other day. But yes, I do miss television. And Richard, when I walked in to this studio, I got a little emotional.
It's pretty
yeah,
nice.
It's pretty nice, yeah. And I felt like, oh my God.
I'm back.
The soul is coming back to my body.
Let me ask you this. So India is about to go through another general election soon.
Yeah.
Narendra Modi will be running for a third term. With his ratings being as high as they are, with him having all those news organizations in his corner, how do you see the outcome of this election? Is it a foregone conclusion? Will it even be a contest?
I'm not sure about result. I cannot pronounce the result before election held. But I'm concerned about fairness of elections. हमें उस मेज़ पर आना पड़ेगा और अपने आप को बताना पड़ेगा कि ये मीडिया एक समस्या है इस देश के लिए. और दिस मीडिया, ये जो मीडिया है, इसका संबंध सिर्फ एक सरकार